77. Ithamanyonyatādatmyam pratipattiryada bhavet abrahmatvam tvamarthasya vyavarteta tadaiva hi. The Tattvamasi Mahavakya, when properly inquired into, gives the aparoksha jnana of Atma Swarup. How it works was showed by what is called as Jahad Ajahal Lakshana Vritti or by Bhagatyaga Lakshana Vritti. All that we have seen. The question comes, with this Bodha, what is that Bodha? Which was named as Akhandartha Bodha. Akhandartha Bodha means the Swarupa of me, my true nature, and Brahma, both are one and the same. This knowledge that my Swarupa and Brahma are one and the same, how does it help us? What are you going to get out of that? What are the benefits out of that? So that is being questioned, for which answer is given in this 77th stanza. We had seen the Anvaya last time, first line as it is. Itham anyonyatādatmya pratipattihi yada bhavet tada evahi abrahmatvamarthasya abrahmatvam vyavarteta. Tvamarthasya abrahmatvam vyavarteta. This is one thing. Of course, it has to be taken with the next stanza also. The other aspect benefits will be seen in the next stanza. Okay, now let us see. Itham अन्योन्य तादात्म्य प्रतिपत्ति ही यदा भवे. When this knowledge takes place, what knowledge is it? Anyonya tadatmya pratipatti. Pratipatti is knowledge, the cognition. The knowledge, the cognition of tadatmya. Tadatmya, identity, oneness. Of identity or oneness of what? Anyonya, mutual. Mutual means between me, the individual jiva in my true nature, Swarupa, and on the other side, the Brahma, the basis of entire creation. So, between these two, Tadatmya means both in reality are one and the same. So, though for an ignorant person, they appear to be distinct, both are one and the same. So, that Tadatmya Pratipatti yada bhavet, when takes place means at that very time of knowledge, bodha samaya kale eva, when that knowledge takes place. And of course, for this knowledge, what is necessary? Merely tattvam asi, you are that Brahma, is not going to help by itself. First, look here. Between these two, you are Brahma. Which of the two is known to you better? You is known to you better or Brahma is known to you better? You. Why? How is that you is known to you better? Aparoksha, verily me. And that is what Brahma said. But you have seen all these things, but it doesn't work. Why does it not work? What you know about yourself is what? Miserable creature, samsari. How can that Brahma be there? So what is to be done now? Shodhanam. That tvam pada shodhanam has to be properly, what is exactly meant by that? That inquiry has to be conducted. And not simply inquiry in terms of arguments and reasoning, etc. So what is that true nature? Shodhita Tvampada has to be directly cognized. And what is that Shodhita Tvampada? Free from upadhis, in its true nature, without any of these superimposed features, without any of these adhyastha features. So that has to be directly cognized, because it verily me, that is what is called Atma Anubhava. So that Tvam is what verily Brahma Shruti comes and tells. When say, look here, this is that Mr. Devadatta, Soyam Devadatta, because here what applies is, we have seen in detail, Jahada Jal Lakshanavritti or Bhagatyaga Lakshanavritti applies. When you say, this is that Mr. Devadatta, please let me know that do you experience, see that Mr. Devadatta as a gentleman in front of you talking to your friend or not? Your friend is introducing that gentleman, hey, this is that Mr. Devadatta whom you saw earlier 20 years back. Are you seeing Mr. Devadatta as a gentleman? You don't know that this person as what? That Devadatta. So you know here is a gentleman talking to your friend, and you are perceiving him, you are experiencing him. But you have got anubhava of this person, but you have no knowledge that this person is that Devadatta. Now, when your friend says, oh, this person is that Devadatta whom we met 20 years back as Panbidi shopkeeper, so then what happens? Oh, this is that person. If your friend doesn't introduce, you don't have the knowledge of this person. Now let us say, the friend is introducing this person, and this person is a schizophrenic. To whom it is said, this is that Mr. Devadatta, that person is seeing him, he is a schizophrenic. And do you know what he is seeing? Not a gentleman, a monster he is seeing. Now come on, tell me, this is that Mr. Devadatta, is it going to work? Why? Yathartha Anubhava is not there. Because of some problem in the mind of this person, he is seeing a monster. Monster was not a Devadatta. Is it not? So therefore what is to be done? That Devadatta Shodhanam has to be done. How will you do Shodhanam? Devadatta is Devadatta only. Where Shodhanam has to be done? Bug is there in the mind of the person to whom it is said that he is who? He is Mr. Devadatta. When he sees him as Mr. Devadatta, as a gentleman as such, he need not know as a gentleman, then go, oh, that person is this. So knowledge takes place. Like that, if I don't know, Tvam is not known as asamsari, Chaitit Swarupa only, free from all the superimposed features, and I experience moment by moment me as samsari, and then what? This me is that Brahma means what? Samsari me is Brahma. We have to sympathize with whom now? We have to sympathize with Brahma now. Poor Brahma, which is asamsari, and me samsari, it has become now samsari. You are not going to get enlightened. Of course, Brahma is not concerned about your foolishness, that's different thing. But at all, we have to sympathize with whom? Brahma. So therefore, that Tvampada Shodhana, generally this Tvampada Shodhana is taken as no simply arguments, etc. Little Viveka, that is Paroksha Jnana. No, Tvampada Shodhana means Aparoksha Jnana, direct cognition, Yathartha Anubhava of Atma Sarupa must be there. Then why Shruti is required? Come on. Let us say, I experience my Swarupa, Atma Sarupa, free from all the superimposed features. See, better you know this. Even if it is difficult to know, it is better to know, because nowhere else you will get all these things. See, not that all those goody things, etc. is not going to work in Vedanta. Better, even if it is difficult, 100 times you listen and understand it better as well. So if this, see, look at, let us say, Atmanubhava is there. Means direct cognition of Atma Sarupa in its true nature is there. That is fine. Okay? So that is that. Now the question comes, this is Brahma Swarupa, how can I know? In the entire creation, who can tell that? Look, as an individual, I am undergoing thousands of experiences, out of which here is one experience, which may be ennobling experience, no doubt, something wherein I see myself to be, not I don't know that myself, something that very peaceful, calm, Ananda Swarupa is there, that's fine. That is okay. But this is the Adhisthana of the Jagat. This is the Karana of the Jagat. Who on the entire creation can tell me? Except who? Shruti. This is what is said as Pramana. Even how Pramana operates is not understood properly. So, unless it is Paroksha Jnana, like heaven, etc., where experience corresponding to the thing in question is not there. Heavens are like this. Who can verify with the present embodiment? No. All that you have to get contented is with the Paroksha Jnana, indirect knowledge. But where it is a matter of Aparoksha, directly this thing, so there it has to be, direct experience has to be there. But you can't say, oh, Atma is not an object of experience. Yes or no? Atma cannot be objectified in terms of experience. Yes, that is true. Atma cannot be known as an object of knowledge. Yes, it is true. But by whom? By whom? Remember, for Pramata, the knower. For Anubhavita, the experiencer. Experiencer cannot objectify Atma as an object of experience. Knower, Pramata, cannot objectify the Atma as an object of knowledge. But in this Atma Anubhava, the Anubhavita and the who? Pramata himself is what? Wound up there. What is there? Only Antakarana, assuming the Swarupa of one's own true nature. There is no question of objectification. You can't say that when Pramata is not there, no experience ever possible. Is it so? All our experiences invariably are with Pramata or Anubhavita, no doubt true. But can you make a rule that when the knower or experiencer is not there, both are one and the same, therefore is not there, no experience possible? Is it so? In sleep, Anubhavita is there, still sleep experience is there or not? And we say Atma is what? Anubhava Swarupa. What do you mean by Anubhava Swarupa? Means one who doesn't need the, and that is Anubhavita or the Pramata. So therefore that is not a problem at all. So that Tvampada should be clearly, directly cognized. So clearly cognized. Then that is you have Brahma Swarupa, Shruti Pramana work. Otherwise simply Jahal Lakshanavritti, Ajahal Lakshanavritti, Bhagatyaga Lakshanavritti, all these don't count that way as a, so that, Paroksha Jnana, yes, oh yes, this my Swarupa must be like this because of this reason. That is fine as such. But it cannot be aparoksha jnana, it cannot be what is called as akhandartha bodha. The word used here is akhandartha bodha, means that the cognition of Swarupa totally identical with Brahma Swarupa. The me as separate entity, me as an individual, no more there. The question is, with this knowledge, what benefit one gets? So that's what he says. Itham anyonyatādatmya pratipattihi yada bhavi. When this knowledge of identification, my true nature is identical with Brahma Swarupa, this takes place. Do you know what happens? This is what one thing that happens is this. Tada eva, at that very time of knowledge, aparoksha, at the time of aparoksha jnana, direct knowledge, he indeed tvamarthasya abrahmatvam vyavarteta. Vyavarteta means nivarteta. At that time, tvamarthasya means of you, the me, abrahmatvam. Presently, what is my notion? I am me, there is something called Brahma, and what the Brahma is different from me. I am not Brahma. There is something called Brahma told in the Upanishad, but I should gain the knowledge of that Brahma, means I am different and Brahma is different. So therefore, I take myself to be a Brahma, means na Brahma. I am not Brahma, I am a samsari jiva. This wrong notion, what? Brahmatvam vyavarteta, will get dispelled. Nivarteta will retire, will get dispelled. Then what else what is the other result? It is the next stanza now. Tadarthasya cha paroksham yaddevam kim tata shruno purnanandaika rupena pratyak bodho vatisthate. Then tadarthasya, see, actually Anvaya should be taken this way along with the second line of 77. Tada eva hi tvamarthasya abrahmatvam vyavarteta. Then continuing, tadarthasya paroksham cha, again that vyavarteta has to be taken there. Tadarthasya paroksham cha, take again that vyavarteta. Then continue, yadi evam kim tataha shunu pratyak bodhaha purnanandaika rupena avatishtati. Pratyak bodhaha purnanandaika rupena avatishtati. Now, other thing that happens by this knowledge is what? Tadarthasya cha. What is tadartha? Brahma. Now what is our concept? Brahma is something different from me. Paroksha or aparoksha? Aparoksha. Paroksham, the wrong notion that Brahma is something different from me. Nivarteta, vyavarteta, that also gets dispelled. Means, I am not Brahma, this wrong notion goes. Brahma is different from me, that wrong notion also goes. Both goes. Now the question is, fine. Till now, I was taking myself to be not Brahma, and Brahma is something different from me. Both these wrong notions are gone. So what? That question is asked. Yadi evam kim tataha. The question is asked. Okay, fine. So that is, I may be Brahma, and I am not different from, that Brahma is not different from me. Then what? Shruno, please listen the answer. What is that? What remains now is pratyak bodhaha purnanandaika rupena avatishtati. Pratyak bodhaha, the direct cognition of my Swarupa, Pratyagatma Swarupa, it remains no more Pratyagatma, Purnanandaika Rupena. So Purnananda Rupena means as abhinna, identical with Brahma, which is nothing but limitless Ananda Swarupa, that way avatishtati. Even that name, word, Pratyak will not be there. Calling myself Pratyagatma will not be there. Do you know why? What is pratyak? What does pratyak mean? Inner one. Pratyak word is with respect to parak, external. Now he says even that inner, internal will not be there. Why? What is there is only that is non-divisible Chaitanya, only Purnanda Sarupa Chaitanya Brahma alone is there. Something different from me is not there. That only remains. Avatishtate, that remains. So this way, so Mahavakyas, what they do? Paroksha Jnana, indirect knowledge is gained through Shruti. Whereas Mahavakya, through proper Vichara, leads to what? Aparoksha Jnana, that he has another shown. Now here, someone brings forth an objection or a question. He says, sir, somewhere it is defined, Agama or Shruti or Upanishads are meant to give the Paroksha Jnana. So what is the job of Mahavakyas? To give us the indirect knowledge. That is the job of who? Mahavakya. This somewhere is given as Lakshana, the definition of the Shruti or Upanishad. And you are telling by Mahavakya analysis what is gained? Aparoksha Jnana. How is it possible? So for this person now answer is being given. Who told you all these things? Evam sati Mahavakyat Paroksha Jnana Miryate Yaistesham Shastra Siddhanta Vijnanam Shobhate Taram Evam Sati Yaihi, second line beginning, Yaihi Mahavakyat Paroksha Jnanam Iryate. Yaihi Mahavakyat Paroksha Jnanam Iryate Tesham Shastra Siddhanta Vijnanam. Tesham Shastra Siddhanta Vijnanam Shobhate Taram. Shobhate Taram. Evam Sati, this being so. What is that, this being so? As discussed so far, when Mahavakya is the one which gives the Aparoksha Jnana after Vichara inquiry, which is proved now, when this being so, Yaihi, those by whom such a statement is made, Iryate means Kathyate, is told like this. What is told by them? Mahavakyat Paroksha Jnanam. By Mahavakya what is given is what? Only Paroksha Jnana, only indirect knowledge. Some Agama Lakshana these people are quoting. Says those who say so, actually the answer is he is ridiculing them. Tesham Shastra Siddhanta Vijnanam Shobhate Taram. Shobhate Taram means shines excellently. Means they are very wise people, very knowledgeable people. With respect to what? Shastra Siddhanta Vijnanam. Shastra here is Upanishads. Whatever the Siddhanta, the basic principle of Upanishad. What is the basic principle of Upanishad? Entire Vedanta Shastra can be summarized in a half sloka. Shlokardhena pravakshami yaduktam grantha kotibhi. Now come on, fill up. Brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva napara. That's all. Brahma satyam jagat mithya jiva is what? Verily Brahma, nothing else. Not even one stanza, half stanza. That is what Siddhanta of all the Upanishads. Is it? These people, Tesham, in the case of these people who say by Mahavakya only indirect knowledge is gained, Paroksha Jnana is gained, Tesham, Shastra Siddhantam. Siddhanta means Nishchitartham, ascertain knowledge of Upanishads as far as these people are concerned. Its knowledge, Vijnana means Vishesha Jnana is what? Shobhate Taram. Comparative, not simply Shobhate. Not he didn't say Shobhate Tama, he didn't say Shobhate Tara. It very much shines excellently means these are really a wise people. They are ridiculous. Means what does it mean? These fellows are buddhus, they don't know what Upanishads teach. That's what it meant. So Shobhate Taram. So now other person gets up. Sir, let that Siddhanta ascertain meaning, etc., let it be aside now. But it is not given to logic or reasoning that Mahavakya can give aparoksha jnana. It is not given to reasoning. It is not yukti sammata. That is what he says. Astam shastrasya siddhantaha yuktya vakyat parokshadhihi Swargadi Vakyavannaivam Dashame Vabhicharataha. This person says like this. What is that? Shastrasya Siddhantaha Astam Swargadi Vakyavat Vakya Yuktya Parokshadhihi. You can add Syat. Swargadi Vakyavat Vakya Parokshadhi Yukti Yuktya Parokshadhihi Syat. This is the Purva Paksha doubt rail. The remaining portion is answer. Evam na. Answer is Evam na Dashame Vabhicharataha. Dashame Vabhicharataha. This person says, Sir, Shastrasya Siddhantaha Astam. So what did Vedanta say? The Siddhanta ascertained topic of Upanishad is that Jiva in reality is Brahma. Mahavakya gives that direct knowledge. Okay, your Siddhanta may be that you must have concocted something, we are not bothered about that. So we are logicians, we are Nayayikas, we go by reasoning, we are rational people. So therefore he said, this as far as the Upanishad, this knowledge is concerned, Swargadi Vakyavat. For example, about Swarga, see, Swarga Kamaha Yajeta. One who is interested in going to heaven should do particular yaga. So, Jyotishtoma, etc. Yes. Who told you? Vedas. Now tell me, has this person seen Swarga? Like purchasing a flat, you go and see, etc., and then decide to purchase or not. Has he seen? No. Or is it maybe he has got that much of trust, but is it even possible? So that means there is Swarga, heaven. This knowledge has to be what? Paroksha or aparoksha? Paroksha is always indirect only. It can never be direct. Like that. So Upanishads are in the Vedas only. Like that. That is, your Brahma Swarupa is so, your Swarupa is Brahma, your true nature is Brahma, also is what? Indirect knowledge like Swarga. So therefore he said, Swargadi Vakyavat. Vakya from the Shruti statement, Yuktya by reasoning, Paroksha Dhihi Sya. What takes place is Paroksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana takes place. That is what it takes. Fine. This is what who says this doubt, one who raises this doubt says. Do you agree? You have to dismiss this fellow by pointing out by Vakya Aparoksha Jnana takes place. You can give your own example. This person argues by such statement, what knowledge takes place? Indirect knowledge takes place. Now you have to prove, no, this is wrong. How? I can show you your reasoning is wrong. What? reasoning you have given is a fallacious reasoning. How? You have forgotten the example. Dashamaha, 10th person. See, that's why na evam na. There is no such rule that Vakya can give only indirect knowledge like Swarga. In the case of heaven, I agree. But there is no rule that means statements are incapable of giving the direct knowledge. How? I can point out what you have argued is wrong. How is that? Dashame vyabhicharataha. Exception to your statement is found where? In the Dashamaha. See, then the person who took that the 10th person is lost is made to count and show you are the 10th person. What happens? I am the 10th person, paroksha jnana or aparoksha jnana, direct knowledge or indirect knowledge. Does he think that way? There is someone called 10th person. I am different, but there is someone called 10th person. He can't say, do you know why? Already 9 he has already eliminated and counted. He is not finding any 10th person anywhere. He knows I am there, he knows. So therefore, now, I am the 10th person is not indirect knowledge, it is a direct knowledge. Your argument is wrong. Dashame vyabhicharata. Because the hetu, the reasoning given is what? Fallacious. What is called as dushta hetu. It is called as dushta hetu, a fallacious reasoning. Another reason, if Mahavakya gives only indirect knowledge, my dear sir, you are at total loss. At least for that sake, you should not say that Mahavakya gives indirect knowledge. How? You first, what does Tattvamasi tell? You are Brahma. Okay. And contention is that you are Brahma. This Mahavakya gives what knowledge? Indirect knowledge. Is it not? Okay. Let us not bother about the knowledge given. Let me know. In that you are Brahma, according to you, Brahma is paroksha or aparoksha for the time being? Paroksha, whose knowledge is something not you don't know, something remote. What about you? Are you paroksha or aparoksha? You are Brahma in that whatever you may be there, is it away from you or you know that you are there? I am. Is it directly known or not? Or somebody has to come and tell you, you are there. Huh? Is it that way? No. So I am, me is directly? No. Brahma is something to be known now, paroksha. And what you say? By Mahavakya, knowledge gained is what? Indirect means you hitherto who are directly known, that you also will become what? Indirect. Gain or loss? Gain or loss? Loss, is it not? At least for that sake you can't say that Mahavakya gives what? Indirect knowledge. Why? It will be explained after. Svato paroksha jivasya brahmatvam abhivanchataha nashet siddha parokshatvam iti yuktir mahatyaho brahmatvam abhivanchataha swataha aparoksha jivasya add api aparoksha jivasya api siddha parokshatvam siddham aparokshatvam becomes siddha parokshatvam nashe iti then add there two words adhyara hetoho tava iti hetoho tava continuing yuktihi mahati aho yuktihi Mahati Aho. Now tell me one thing, sir. What are you doing now? You are inquiring into Mahavakya. What for? हाँ, संडे कुछ काम करने का नहीं है, शाम को थोड़ा बेकार है, इसलिए का थोड़ा टाइम पास हो जाएगा. Is it for that? Why do you take to Vedanta? Maybe, see, some result will be there, some punya etc. will come, but that is not the main purpose. So this samsaritva is too much. I want to get free. So I was trying to find out what is the solution. Upanishad come and tell, look, you are yourself is Brahma Sarupa, Paramatma Sarupa, totally free from samsara. Not only totally free from samsara, you are the very basis of entire Jagat, not a puny creature. Not the one samsari bullied by everyone. No. How is it? How is it possible? I would like to discover that. Means you are taking to inquire into Mahavakya to shed your wrong notion that you are samsari and to discover that you are nothing but Brahma Swarupa. That is your purpose. So therefore, so what do you actually are aspiring for? Brahmatvam abhivanchataha. One who is aspiring for, desiring to discover Brahmatva, the Swarupa as Brahma through what? Mahavakya. Through Mahavakya, you are endeavoring to discover your Swarupa as Brahma abhivanchataha in your case, and Swataha aparoksha jivasya. You yourself by your nature, swabhavataha, as you are available, paroksha or aparoksha? Aparoksha, I am there. I have no doubt about me, I am there. So when I am, that is directly available as I am, aparokshataha, now what happens? Siddha aparokshatvam api. That means you are available directly experiencing yourself as I am without the help of anything. See, look, I am is experienced without the help of anything, including the mind. That's why in sleep, then the mind is not there. So what do? I remember I was there, etc. Means it is experience. So therefore, that is aparoksha jivasya siddha aparokshatvam. Siddham aparokshatvam. The aparokshatva, verily I am, is already what? Available, proved that aparokshatam, what happened? Will not say. Why? I am Brahma and Brahma is somewhere I don't know, and that Brahma is me, I am different, means you will lose yourself as what? As available, as directly I am, that you will lose. Therefore he says, iti hetohu, because of this reason, tava yuktihi. So you are reasoning that Mahavakya doesn't give direct knowledge but only gives indirect knowledge. He says, Mahati Aho is really a great, and it is a wonder that you have got such a reasoning. What is that? Aho stands for wonder. What is that wonder? Why? What is wrong in that? So okay, let me lose myself. So the Brahman. So what is that wonder? Next on the experience. Vruddhimishhtavato moolam api nashtamiti drusham laukikam vachanam sartham sampannam tvat prasadataha. Tvat prasadataha vruddhim ishtavataha moolam api nashtam iti idrusham laukikam vachanam sartham sampannam. Laukikam vachanam sartham sampannam. He says, listen now, what is that wonder? Like this. Tvat prasadataha, because of your grace. What is that grace? Because of your such reasoning, marvelous reasoning, that Mahavakya can't give direct knowledge, it can give only indirect knowledge. You have invented some yukti, no, the reasoning. Because of that prasada means tava apurva yuktehe prabhava. Because of the influence of your great reasoning, what has happened now? He says, this statement will hold good. There is a saying in the word, vrishtim vruddhim ishtavataha moolam api nashtam. Of course, it's not a big thing, you know it. You know what is that? This person always sees the what? Newspaper on finance. And who gives the maximum interest? And somebody has advertised, so what is that? Fixed deposits. And every 6 months you will get 75% of interest. Little common sense must be there. This fellow has not started a charitable institution there. Okay, to give, okay, from nationalized banks you can get that different thing. So, but here, so now, he said, now suppose if such an advertisement is there, you should think twice before investing. Who is this guy when the market is so down, he is what? Able to give you 75% interest on your capital deposits? Huh? And this foolish fellow, what is that? With that craze or that means a greed of getting more interest, so he what? Invested there 5 lakhs. First installment straight away came 75% interest. Next month found that the fellow who has floated is behind the bars. Paisa gaya? 5 lakh gaya. Vruddhim, what is the ishtavataha? One who is desiring the growth in the capital in terms of interest. What happens? Moolam api nashtam. Moolam is capital also gone. So that means with the greed of getting the more money, this poor fellow lost the capital itself. It happened. So, iti idrisham laukikam vachanam, the worldly way of saying this proverb or this statement, tvat prasadataha sartham sampannam, because of your grace, what? It has come true. What is that? At least you as an individual were available and you wanted to become who? Brahma. In the bargain, you also lost yourself. One who was aparoksha directly available, me also got lost, and you have to hunt now, search. Where is me? Where is me? Where is me? Because Brahma kidhar nahi. What is only is Brahma only. The fellow doesn't know what Brahma is. So therefore he has to this. There is a saying, Pindam utsrujya karam ledhi. There is a saying in Sanskrit. Similar type. Somebody gave a ball of butter to this fellow. How nice it is. And fresh ball of butter. Not is pasteurized and all nonsense. So the fresh butter, a ball of butter gave, nice to eat. He has no problem of cholesterol at all. Okay, so you may wonder. So with this cholesterol problem, how to eat butter? No, very youngster and very smart. He has got a very good health, etc. That's exercise. So how nice to eat. You know what he did? Pindam utsrujya. He threw the ball of sopadikatva vichara. So what he described is that Brahma is sopadika. Sopadika means Brahma is not sopadika. Brahma is nirupadika. But the Brahma as we know in terms of our knowledge is what? Sopadika. Of course, In knowledge we get the knowledge as nirupadhika, but even then, so long as you are talking of knowledge, it is sopadhika, etc. Little elaborate discussion is there, we'll see details. Because as it is, the statement may sound contradictory. So Brahma is Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma means there is no upadhi. But even the knowledge of Nirguna Brahma that we have got, there is some upadhi. What is upadhi, etc. has to be discussed. You will see. That is from 83 to 89. Antakarana sambhinna bodho jivo parokshatam arhatyupadhi sadbhavat natu brahmanupadhitah. Antakarana sambhinna bodha jiva upadhi sadbhavat aparokshatam arhati tu brahma anupadhitah na. Tu brahma anupadhitah na. Actually, entire stanza 83 is a pura paksha, a doubt. What is it? Maybe. So that doubt is like this. See, Jiva, look here, because this fellow was ridiculed, is it not? So look, you are losing the aparoksha, Jiva in the bargain of discovering Brahma, you are ridiculed. He says, sir, look, you are unnecessarily ridiculing me. Why? Jiva is aparoksha accepted. That is what? Jiva has what? Aparoksha. So why? Jiva has got upadhi. What upadhi? Antakarana upadhi. So therefore, through antakarana, me. So like that, we can directly know. Now tell me, Brahma has got any upadhi? Huh? Brahma has got antakarana upadhi? No. Brahma is free from all the embodiment. Otherwise, our gadbad ho jayega. If Brahma has got embodiment, then another problem will come. So Brahma has no upadhi, but Jiva has got upadhi. So therefore, Jiva as I am, because of upadhi, aparokshatva, direct cognition of Jiva is possible. But Brahma, which has no upadhi, you can't say. So therefore, you say, that is, because Brahma is nirupadhika, so the knowledge born of Mahavakya cannot be aparoksha. About me, individual Jiva, what is it? Aparoksha, accepted. Why? I have got the upadhi, embodiment. Whereas Brahma has no embodiment, so therefore direct knowledge is not possible. This is the doubt which is posed here. Antakarana sambhinna bodha jiva. Who is Jiva? Antakarana sambhinna bodha. So, bodha means chaitanya, the knowledge principle chaitanya. What type of knowledge principle it is? Antakarana sambhinna. Sambhinna means sankirna. Sankirna means conditioned or mixed as if. Not truly mixed, mixed as if. So, antakarana sambhinna bodha means Chidrupa, that is Chaitanya Rupa Atma, conditioned by Antakarana. That is what is meant there. That is who? Jivaha. Who is Jiva? Chaitanya conditioned by Antakarana. And when you say conditioned by Antakarana, gross body automatically comes there. Both the subtle body and gross bodies do come there. Jivaha. Now, and this Jiva is aparoksha accepted. Why? Upadhi sadbhava. Upadhi sadbhava means upadhehe vidyamanatva. Because upadhi is present, it's aparokshatam arhati. It deserves to be aparoksha, a thing that can be known directly. What he says is, sir, what is Jiva? Chaitanya conditioned by Antakarana Upadhi. And because Antakarana Upadhi is involved, this is me. So that direct, no direct availability of Jiva is possible. Whereas to Brahma anupadhitaha. Brahma being anupadhi means without upadhi, without antakarna. So na means aparokshata, you can't know. Only through agama you can know parokshata. So therefore he may say, argue what I told as agama lakshana in 79, that Mahavakya can give only paroksha jnana, that holds good. He may say so. Because Brahma has no upadhi, and therefore, so what is not possible? Aparoksha jnana of Brahma is not possible, though Jiva is aparokshataha available. So what he has told now? Brahma has no upadhi. So therefore, aparoksha jnana of Brahma is not possible. This is refuted. Brahma is in its true nature is free from upadhi accepted. But when you as an individual is talking of Brahma jnana, that Brahma jnana of Nirguna Brahma is with upadhi. How? You got Brahma jnana. How? In this Brahma there is no antakarana. All that is agreed, but at that, and that antakarana, where is it? In your body. When it is in your body, the cause of that body must be there or not? What is the cause of the body? Three gunas, Prakriti or Maya. And you are knowing the Brahma as free from upadhi, nirguna from this upadhi, means that Brahma at this time does have what? Upadhi. When Videha Mukti comes, then it will be what? Nirupadhika. But now when you are talking of aparoksha jnana, at that time Brahma has upadhi, and you know Brahma as free from upadhi. What does it mean? You know Brahma as free from upadhi. Like this. You know that you have no harm. Anybody has got? No. You have no harm. That your knowledge that you have no harm is with respect to the upadhi of so-called harm which is not in you. If something called harm were not there, can you say, I am the one who is free from harm? Means negation of an upadhi is also an upadhi. How is it? So therefore you have to take the what is meant by upadhi, you have to see. So that is, we'll see that afterwards. Definition of upadhi will come. So an upadhi exists or doesn't exist, it brings some change. We'll see that afterwards. It will come in the context. Therefore, because that now everything is centered on upadhi, and therefore some confusion may come. We'll see in the course of time. So now he says, that is, that what you have argued, that Brahma is without upadhi, and therefore aparoksha jnana is not possible. Wrong, because to say Brahma is without upadhi is wrong. That is now, and that proved now, is giving the answer. Naiva brahmatva bodhasya sopadhi vishayatvatah yavad videha kaivalyam upadhera nivaranat brahmatva bodhasya api to be added there. Brahmatva bodhasya add api sopadhi vishayatvatah. सोपाधि विषयत्वतः एवं न यावद विदेह कैवल्यम एड तावत उपाधेः अनिवारणा। यावद विदेह कैवल्यम एड तावत उपाधेः अनिवारणा। See, Brahma is nirupadhika, that is true. But your Brahma Jnana is not without upadhi for Brahma. That's what he wants to point out. That your knowledge that me, Brahma, is free from upadhi, that knowledge has got upadhi. Without upadhi, you can't gain the knowledge. How? Let us see. Brahmatva bodhasya api. What is that Brahmatva bodha? Aham Brahma asmi. I am Brahma. This is the Brahmatva bodha. So, means Jiva, the knowledge that Jiva is Brahma Swarupa, that bodhasyapi sopadhi vishayatvatah. It is a something related to the one which has got upadhi. How did you get knowledge of Brahma? Sunday morning started attending Panchadashi class. Huh? To attend Panchadashi class, what is required? What all required? First, what is required? Body. Mere body is not sufficient. Bombay, how many people are there? What is the population of Bombay? How many are there? All have got bodies. Maybe better and more healthy bodies than many of you. Is it not? थोड़ा अंदर भी कुछ चाहिए ना. So in that some, that first must be there what? Little mumukshutva must be there. Mere mumukshutva will not work. थोड़ा सा विवेक वैराग भी चाहिए. Some little, that means that desire to gain the knowledge also must be there. That body, that desire to gain the knowledge, and also that aptitude to take to inquiry. That's why I know that ये वेदांत बहुत क्लिष्ट है बाबा, सिर के ऊपर से जाता है ना. It is true. भक्ति इजी है, भक्ति इज इजी, बट दिस वेदांत इज वेरी टफ. Bhakti is yes. You don't know what is bhakti, that's why you say bhakti. What is our concept of bhakti? थोड़ा जप करने का, पारायण करने का, थोड़े पूजा करने का, मंदिर में जाने का, पिलग्रिमेज में जाने का, ये सब तो क्या भक्ति, वेरी गुड. बट ऑल दीज आर साधन भक्ति. साध्य भक्ति लाइक गोपीज, मीरा एटसेट्रा, देयर इज नो बॉडी कॉन्शियसनेस. There is no body consciousness. For gopis, what was there was only Krishna only. That's why they didn't need Uddhava's jnana. You know that? Uddhava thought, these gopis are village folks, poor fellows, they should get knowledge. So I think better I go and teach. Krishna knew it. Krishna didn't say etc. So he, before Uddhava could say, he told, Lord Krishna told Uddhava, please go and see whether, how are the gopis, etc. Because since I left Vrindavana, I have not returned. Remember that, okay? No STD call also. No STD call also. I have never returned. So just say, and give them some upadesha, etc. So Uddhava thought, that is what it is. Bhagavan also knows, okay, what I can do. He says, and he went there, and gopis came to know. What they came to know, they were not interested in Uddhava. A person from Krishna has come that they knew. And because a person from Krishna has come, they ran to him. How is our Krishna and this, etc. So he's fine, etc. He has inquired about it, etc. etc. And he also said, he has told that to give some upadesha of jnana, etc. Uddhava, we don't need your jnana at all, right? They don't see anything other than Krishna. That's what is, that is, what is Jnana Nishtha? Nothing other than Brahma Swarupa. Only name is, label is different now. Brahma is here what? Krishna. They don't have body conscience at all. Meera, Rana, finally what? See, it happened, it's saying, Akbar wanted to see Meera because he heard about her, see, contemporary, okay? Akbar, Mirabai and who? Tulsidas, they are contemporary. So he wanted to, but he can't go because is a rank enemy of Rana. Who? Akbar. He was enemy of Rana as such. So that, but he had a desire. So Birbal thought he disguised himself. And in the disguise, they went. And the mandir, etc. So Akbar was so much impressed with the devotion of who? Meera. And he wanted to offer to the Lord Krishna a diamond necklace. So of course he has not disclosed that this thing, but through the spies they could know who has come here is who? Akbar. And all that time there was brother-in-law of Mirabai waiting for an opportunity to defend who? Mirabai. Because royal family, no? Royal family. He had come to know that this fellow is Akbar. So Akbar through this thing pleaded, so please Amma, please offer this necklace to whom? Krishna. As a royal this thing, no, they have etiquettes. She said, no, you please only offer. But Akbar knows why. I am not a, because that much sense was there. I am a Muslim, I am not a Hindu, I am not an eligible person to offer to Krishna. He didn't disclose that, but he pleaded again and again to Meera to please you offer. So seeing his pleading and of course innocent this thing as well, she took that necklace and offered to Krishna. The brother-in-law was seeing that. Immediately reported to Rana. This is what your wife has done here. Because that etiquette is there, not accepting something, and that also is what? Rank enemy. So that is there. So Rana got wild and threw her out of the house. You know what was Mirabai? Straight away he said, now Krishna, you are my house. She straight away went to Dwaraka, singing his glories, etc. No food, no rest, no shelter, rain, sun, etc. Straight away went, and when she reached Dwaraka, the temple gates, that doors were closed. She went and pleaded, oh Lord, I have come to you, please open the door. She hit her head, this thing, and fell down. At that time, Rana realized the mistake. And he came running, Meera, please forgive me. I have not understood properly. But what? Where was Meera? Meera had already left the body. What was that? Bhakti? How many have watched? पेट में चूहा दौड़ेगा तो भक्ति भाग जाएगी बाद भक्ति की भुक्ति हो जाएगी बाद it will become bhukti. Yes, if that gopi's bhakti is there, if Mirabai's bhakti is there, you don't need anything at all. What is called is, it is sadhya bhakti. Sadhya bhakti and jnana nishtha, labels are different, stuff is one and the, but our Navavidha bhakti and all these are what? Sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti. And sadhana bhakti is essential, is the first step before taking to Vedanta. Who told Vedanta doesn't condemn bhakti? Sadhana bhakti is required. Do you know why? Bhakti is the best, one of the best means to prepare the mind and make it Shuddha. To get Shuddha Antakarana, Bhakti, even sadhana Bhakti is the best means to take to. Vedanta gives the status for Bhakti as Antaranga Sadhana. Not even Bahiranga Sadhana like the Karma, Antaranga Sadhana. But with that disposition, you have to discover your Swarupa and Bhagavad Swarupa is one and the same afterwards. Not that you are different and Bhagwan different. Upadhitaha, you are different and Bhagwan is different. In reality, both are one and the same. That is the Sadhya Bhakti, that is the Jnana. Only labels differ because the starting point differs. Therefore, it should not be mistaken that way. So that being the case, this is now, so that little difficulty is there. So that little difficulty is there because of that means what? That Vedanta accepts certain level. Why difficult? Another thing. Do you know why difficulty? Why difficulty? Not grasping at that, because now first difficulty is possible because certain terminologies are used which one may not be familiar. That can be overcome within a course of time. Little patience is required. Other difficulty is what? Mind is interested elsewhere. Mind is interested elsewhere. And mind is elsewhere and Vedantic teaching elsewhere. How it will happen? It seems there was a devotee of Tirupati Balaji Venkatesha, a girl. You see, she was picking up the flowers to the Lord. And where is Lord Balaji? At the peak of the mountain. She was where? At the bottom of the mountain. And in fact, it means some Telugu film it has come into. And she was praying, "Oh Lord, you are there and I am here. How can I serve you?" Right? I am down the foothill and you are up on the mountain top. How can I serve you? Like that. So here also what is there? Mind is where? Where I am? Mind is in the Vishayas and talking of what? Atma, Brahma, kya ho jayega? In fact, this it seems it happened. Yesterday when I came to know, it seems Satya Sai Baba talks in Telugu, is it not? And somebody translated in the English. So once, some episode of Lord Krishna was going on. And Lord Krishna was going on. And Lord Krishna was cutting the sugar cane. And while cutting the sugar cane, yes, only a drama it was. He cut his finger. And all around where the queens were there and all that. Everybody started running here to get the doctor, some bandage, this, that, other side was there. Draupadi also was there. She didn't delay at all. She tore the sari and what? Immediately wrapped the wound. So this was the episode. While translating, this translator fumbled on very simple two words, the blood, cut and bandage. And Satya Sai was prompting him, cut and bandage, etc. Afterwards he told him, today translation was very bad. The translator was, he was very, that means he was sorrowful over that. Then Satya Sai Baba sang the same film song with changes. See, you are at Guntur, I am at Kodai Canal, how can you serve me? What does it mean? Guntur, his wife was at Guntur. Translator's wife was Guntur, children were at Guntur, and that time was Satya Sai was at Kodai Canal, and the talk was at Kodai Canal, which was the thing. So, you are at Guntur, that I am at Guntur, and oh Lord, you are at Kodai, how can I serve you, my Lord? Suddenly he must have found that he was thinking of something at home. So not that is how it was. So like that, Now Vedanta becomes difficult. Why? Oh Brahma, you are there and I am where in the Vishayas. How, how can I gain the knowledge? That's why it appears as what? Something difficult. So other difficulties can be surmounted, but this difficulty has to be surmounted by whom? Ourselves only, by developing little maturity, little more maturity. Anyway. So now he says, so Brahmatva bodhasya api sopadhi vishayatvatah. So that is, without your upadhi, can you gain the knowledge? Knowledge is what? Brahma has no upadhi. But that Brahma has no upadhi, that knowledge has to be with the upadhi of your body. So therefore, vishayatvatah. So evam na, what you have said is not correct. What you have said, because Brahma is anupadhi, aparoksha jnana is not possible, is not correct. So why? Reason is like this. What is that? Yavad videha kaivalyam. So long as one gets the videha mukti. Videha mukti means what? After knowledge, prarabdha is over, jnani's body dies, no further birth. What is there? Only nirguna, nirupadhika, Brahma alone is there. Brahma jnana also is not there. Who is getting Brahma jnana? This fellow who had got the embodiment. Until the body is there, we talk of Brahma jnana. So ignorance is not there, Brahma jnana also is not there. So yavad videha kaivalyam means till the body dies, the jivasya upadhi is there or not? Who jiva, who has become a jnani now, his body is continuing or not? Yes, because of prarabdha that is continuing. Till then what? Upadhi anivarana. The embodiment of the jnani cannot be terminated. It is still there, and in that body you are talking of what? Brahma jnana, as Brahma free from upadhi. When the Brahma upadhi embodiment of the jnani is there, it's called Maya Shakti is there, though Avarana Shakti is not there. Vikshepa Shakti is there or not? Avarana Shakti in terms of Ajnana is not there. Vikshepa Shakti in terms of projection of body is there. So knowledge also has to be in terms of Upadhi, and therefore what? That is Aparoksha Jnana is possible. For that we have to see little what is that Upadhi, etc. Because that is the one which is creating little difficulty in understanding. Now he says, if you say, so long as we are talking of aparoksha jnana of Brahma, though Brahma is nirupadhi, upadhi is there. You have to tell me what is that upadhi. You can't say antakati. You can't say stula sharira, gross body is upadhi. Can you say Brahma doesn't have the antakarana upadhi, Brahma doesn't have the gross body upadhi? And what is the upadhi? For jiva, this antakarana upadhi is there or not? Yes. Jiva has got gross body upadhi or not? Yes. Then what is that? This upadhi of jiva cannot be the upadhi of embodiment of Brahma. What is that embodiment of Brahma? Distinct from jiva. You have to tell me. So that is what that thing that is now shown now. Antakarana sahitya Rahityabhyam vishishyate Upadhir jiva bhavasya Brahmatayascha nanyatha Jiva bhavasya brahmatayaha ब्रह्मतायाः च उपाधिः अंतःकरण साहित्य राहित्याभ्याम विशिष्यते अन्यथा न अंतःकरण साहित्य राहित्याभ्याम विशिष्यते अन्यथा न. So one thing in this discussion, please keep in mind. The discussion doesn't say that Brahma is sopadhika. Brahma is nirupadika, but your knowledge of Brahma is with upad. When you speak of Brahma Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana, there is upadi. So therefore, what is that upadi? Let us see. I think let us take next step. It's too much. So that's fresh will take. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन् न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ